Baby. Look, it's here. It's Pebbles. Where are you going? Hi, friends. Going live on a Sunday afternoon. We've all got things to do. I'm just waiting for Andrea to come back from the shop. I'm parked here in a double yellow line. And as I don't have Jack to provide me with parking protection, I best not leave the car too long. Although where I live, they also have cars with kind of those cameras that stick out the roof, like the Google car that goes around. But they have those cameras, and they'll kind of just drive up behind you, take a picture, and send you a £60 fine if you pay it in 2 weeks. If you don't pay it in 2 weeks, it'll be £120. Because that is the nature of the criminal system. Criminal is probably not the right word. That's not a good word for a Sunday. But it's just like the parsimonious system of penalties and so on. And a lot of people would say, look, it's understandable because, there are so many cars, so little parking space. And if people aren't encouraged to move on, they will park their cars in ways that are stopping up the traffic, blocking people from moving, preventing people from getting parking in town, as it were. But we know that this is kind of like you've got to dial back before that and say, well, why have we created a situation where our cities are so congested? Is it because it's more profitable? Is it because we really want to keep the countryside free of the scourge of humanity? Or is it that, like when you live in a prison, there are a lot of constraints on things that you can do, and this is just an example of that. I wasn't sure if the guys were live in Scandinavia actually on the Globe Live tour, so I hope I'm not running over the top of that. But I just thought I'd quickly grab a few minutes as I have. I wanted to say a huge thank you because, oh yeah, look, I've taken off most of the facial hair, and I plan to give myself a haircut later today or tomorrow because now I look a little bit top heavy. There's so much hair and there's so little left on the face. I wanted to say thank you. Thank you to those who've been so involved in the Globe Live tour and the opportunity to showcase what it is that I've been doing for quite a long time now and reflect or demonstrate some of the stuff that I've learned. I have to say I've probably forgotten more than I remember, and I owe it to myself and those that I'm trying to inform, alert, not convert, to do more research, or rather refresh myself with some of the research that I've done and forgotten. But I wanted to say thank you because I have had this opportunity. I'm back home. I say home, don't have my own home at the moment, but I'm so energized or re-energized because people have been offering me support, and a guy even sent me some money last night, which his name's Tommy, for what it's worth. I don't really know whether he wants me to say his name. I won't say his YouTube channel name at this point in time unless he tells me otherwise. But this guy sends me money last night, and it arrives to me like about almost midnight, and it was like when my phone service was due to be cut off. So because the phone company just take money out of your account, don't they? And if you don't have money, they stop your service immediately. So I was expecting not to have a phone service today, but money came through last night, and I will use that. Well, my phone's working today, 1st of December, so that's super. And I can also pay for my lockup, where all our furniture is being held, because that was overdue it's about a week overdue now. So it's awesome to be able to get that weight off my mind, that load off my mind. But other people have been kind in other ways. And aside from those who've said fantastic things, generous things, kind things about about what we did in Europe, uh, people have helped me out a bit. My mate Clint has got me a jerry can of fuel. Means I can drive down and see my son tomorrow at university down in Bournemouth, and and other things. They're not coming to mind right now. Um, but if you're one of those people, and Robin lifting the lid has been, actively trying to put out, and I saw Vertek. Don't know that he necessarily will watch this, but a guy called Vertek was pumping it out there on the live stream last night. Can you guys help Dave out with a place to stay and stuff like that? And it feels like a bit, you know what I mean? It's like, because for a long time I've been doing the activism thing and not necessarily feeling like I'm part of a community, but I do feel that now, and I know that it's taken the advent of this tour and this opportunity to get out there and show what it is that I do and what I'm passionate about, that has helped create that avenue, that opportunity. So I just wanted to express my gratitude. Some guy wrote to me this morning and said he wants to help me out, and another lady had said she'd wanted to help me out, but anyway, I mean, it doesn't really matter. The point is that people are expressing wanting to reach out and help, and I want to say thank you. What it may feel like, though, is that sure, I because my intention is to get out there and do this more, get out there, and I just want to, I'm waiting for the guy to come and the traffic warden to come and push me along, just so that I can get the opportunity. It'll be an opportunity to say that, get an opportunity to kind of get out there and do much, much more of this activism. And if you've seen my own personal journey through this truth and into activism and into, I'll get to the comments in a moment, into the divinity. I say this all the time, if you've heard me say this before, sorry, but I was atheist 5 years ago. So to go through this journey and to find my divinity, or to start to uncover my divinity, and then to share this. This lady, Ava, she has a channel called Ava's Temple of Consciousness, gave me this tarot reading. And she's been watching the tour, and she sees it. She sees how we have the potential here to build something that is significant, lasting, and impactful on the human story. And she used the reference of like how a church has its congregation, and the congregation of that church are so committed to what it is that they believe, but they are willing to tithe something towards that. And a lot of people have said, they've set up the old PayPal, Patreon thing, get that going, and use that as a means to help you achieve that opportunity to do this more, to do this most of your, put your energy into this. And I have to say, it would be the deepest honor and the most important thing I could do with my life is to. Did you see that video that Dave Weiss mirrored of me talking to two young ladies in Basel the other day, in Switzerland? I have had quite a lot of interactions like that, but they're getting better. That it's getting better, and connecting with people across the piece to turn something on, and not like in the early days of Speaker's Corner, where it was like batter, batter, batter. Here's the left brain stuff, but here now it's like, here's the left, here's the right brain stuff, and here's the divinity story, and here's the story of us and you and what we're meant to do here. So I feel like I know that that's what I'm good at. I know that that's what I'm intended. I think that's what I'm intended to do, and to get people who I've never met, who are essentially strangers, to kind of give me their support. Sometimes it's been a bit of money. Sometimes in the case of Ava, it's like her time, probably a lot of time she gave me a 40-minute reading that she sent me, and that's before meditating on it and thinking about it. So, for someone who you've never met to get that feeling from she's in America, from across the pond, and be willing to kind of, and someone who's older than me, who's not a lightweight. So guys, I want to thank you, but I also want to say, hey, I'm going to take this impetus. I'm going to take this initiative. I'm going to find a way to become, a guy who, I'm sure that I'm not the only person who feels the same way. Who I'm sure some of you are going, I want to be that too. I'd like to be that too. But I know for sure that, back in 2017, I felt like I was meant to be doing something like this. I really started to get that feeling, but I wasn't able to do anything with it. We had new Alexander come along. Alexander came along, and that was my main focus. But, when the activism kicked off proper in 2018, and I went along for that first day with Harry and Jason and Roxanne and others, Victoria and a bunch of other people. I was like, this is the time. And when I saw how it worked for me, I was like, shit. And not only is this the time, but I seem to be one of those people who has, the right combination of strengths to be one of those people. I may not be very good in certain areas, people in the team, as it were, who are fantastic at some parts of things. So I'm not necessarily fantastic at all parts of things. I don't want to be, but this part of it, this kind of getting out there and talking to people, connecting with people, getting them in eye and getting them to resonate with a message of love. And this is what I intend to do. I'm setting my intention out, and I'm going to find a way with your support to make that happen. And it is only with your support, really, or with people out there support, church. And Ava was clear, we're not talking about the traditional, what was the word she used? The traditional, the traditional church, but diocese, they kind of the usual thing. It's not, it's only to give you the idea of there's a structure and a support network behind all of these things. And I think what has happened in Flat Earth is that, there is this fragmentation, this fear of this guy's an agent, or that guy's a whatever, or this one can't, or they're modeled. We don't align with that model that they've got. I want to say that that's part of the clever trick that's holding us apart from each other. And just got a message in from Lisa and Jack. Actually, they're freezing where they are, freezing cold. So I'm glad that I don't have Alexander there, because he was my primary reason for stepping off the tour. You know that, hey, the weather was getting colder, and you may have heard Jason say on the live the other night, damn, it is cold in the back there. It's very cold in the back of that camper van when it's moving. So I'm grateful that Alexander's not in that situation right now, but am I hungry to do more? Have I got the appetite to do more? And I think I have the support of enough people who would want for me and us to represent us, to represent human story, to represent the truth. I want to be one of those people, guys and friends, and I'm just putting this out there. So hey, I should say hello to some folks for coming. Hi, Phil. Nice to see you. Yes, good afternoon. Plain old Dave. Hi there. Oh, Brian. Hi, mate. If you're still there. Nice to see you. And Voynich. Someone said, Brian Stavely, that you're an excellent interviewer, and you are. So hopefully one day you'll have me on your show. I'm putting it out there. And Doc Michael. Yeah, gratitude. Oh, yeah. Oh, good title. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Is that Amanda? Panda 69 and Effie Viking. I haven't seen you for a while, my friend. Nice to see you, though. Yeah, nice to see you. Sorry if I have to say that, my YouTube doesn't tell me if I make a video 3 days ago, for example. It'll tell me in the first day that I've had a comment or two, and after that it doesn't tell me. So I just want to say out there, I don't avoid people's comments on purpose, but I don't have the time, I'm sure, nor do you, to kind of go back over your library of videos all of the time to check whether people have made comments. Because I come from having I have a small channel, and I might get a half a dozen or 10 comments or whatever, and so I'm not going back on them and just checking that whether someone made a comment on a video from 2 weeks ago or something like that. And it's not because I'm not wanting to honor and respond and say thank you for commenting, but there is only a limited amount of time we will have for social media and so on. And as you know, we've got little Alexander, and he's a very important part of my day and other things and so on. And so I just don't have a lot of time. The same is true with this Discord. I've joined Discord, and it seems like a fantastic platform for some deeper level conversations and stuff. I really enjoyed the conversation I had yesterday with Vertek and a few others. Hyperborean Rob, who actually offered me a place to stay up in Scotland in a caravan, and a beautiful offer, but I wasn't able to take advantage of it at this time. Anyway, the point is that I don't have a lot of time for these things, so it's not out of rudeness, just simply out of time management. I switched off my Facebook, and Andres have started a new one up for us while we were on tour, but I don't want it at this point in time. I just cannot give that amount of time. My apologies. So I'm not trying to be rude or too